Welcome to the latest edition of the Monday Kickoff with the Real Band Showmas. It's a big week. There's lots to talk about.
No, there's not a lot to talk about. There's one thing to talk about.
Lots to talk about.
Manchester City.
Hey.
Let's start there.
A lot happened this week, and we're in the thick and thin of it all. Like we're like 1 week away from ending the season. This is where boys become men. And Madrid wasn't ready to become men this time. But hey, it happens. We've seen a lot of stuff happen. The stuff in Europa. Mourinho reaching his
sixth European final.
Okay.
He's won the last 5. Now we'll get there. These kids don't have respect for legends. Bro.
It's Europa
also,
after all.
Yeah, stuff happened in the Premier League. We have a champion.
Oish.
We don't even have a jersey of the champion here. What?
Because they're irrelevant.
Listen, you know why? This is nothing new to us. As a Manchester City fan, this is nothing new. We know this. It's going to happen. We're not worried about that.
Why?
Something that is new, UCL. We can talk about that.
We'll talk
I
about
would
it.
say FA, but that is not new either. And we know where it's going. But we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it. We'll also look at the Bundesliga. It looks like Dortmund might actually see it through if they win just one game. Please, just one game,
It's a
bro.
lot to ask from them.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other stuff we're going to talk about in the end, like some off-topic stuff. But let's get started. Man City 4, Real Madrid 0.
You start.
I start.
What do you say about it?
Apologize.
Yeah. Look me in the eye.
I have never seen such domination in my entire life. Okay, the closest thing I've seen was Arsenal versus Man City. Because Man City did this kind of like the same
It
thing
was
against
literally
Arsenal.
the same thing, yeah.
But
Different
man,
stage.
I saw a video online that was like a different kind of football. I could see like our players just didn't hang. Our midfield, we couldn't get a pass. We couldn't get like a single pass. Like Modric and Kroos making errors. Like what? And then I was fine with the pressure in the first 15 minutes. First 25 minutes, we haven't made like anything. We haven't done anything. We've made like 2 passes or like 3 passes or whatever. I'm like, bro, let's get out of here. Let's find some sort of like substance. And then Courtois saves us. He gets us out the mud like 2 or 3 times before that. I'm like, okay, this might be a lucky day. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it just didn't happen.
Not at
Once
all.
you guys scored that goal, I was like, crap. Maybe we might come alive from there. Maybe like you're like, okay, now let's start playing.
Silva's first goal.
Yes.
Oy. I mean, I get that. Real Madrid do have a history.
Yeah, you're like, okay,
You
now let's
trigger
start
them, they
playing.
play.
I don't know, and I feel like I've never seen City that loud. Like Man City, the
The
fans, the
fans
stadium was
went crazy.
Etihad, I told you. It's Etihad.
But it's just fun running because it's not like not all be in the stadium like that every time. Like,
No. It's I'm not going to talk about the Etihad as if it's like a fortress.
Yeah.
Like it's not Anfield. It's not like something like that. But they show support when it matters. And this season, if you look at Man City's record home,
They've
no
been there.
loss.
Yeah, I mean that's fairness to you
No
guys.
loss.
I feel like it's your chance now to finally get in there. You're
And do
playing
something.
Inter next.
Yep.
Madrid, we tried to stop you guys, but if we had gotten maybe that one goal at the end of the first leg, cruise shot, something. If we go ahead 2-1, maybe there could be a different
I told
story.
you.
You know what I mean, but
Go to Bernabeu, get a big margin, come to City, let whatever happens. But you don't leave with a 1-1 and then expect a result. With the City, the way that they were playing, because I think we played an Uno reverse card with the press. We applied the same press that you applied home on us back to you, and it worked the same way. You did nothing to get out of that. You couldn't do nothing.
Bro, you guys
Vinicius'
had 5
solo
players
moments.
all the
Walker was
time.
there. Yes.
Like,
The 3-2-4-1.
Could not breathe.
The 3-2-4-1 formation, I had no faith in it coming in, but I knew that we're going to be attacking, which is what I loved from jump. So, not really much to say there. Domination of the game, and again, genius Pep came through.
yeah, and
So-
like the wingers were winning all their battles.
Yeah.
Grealish, schooling Carvajal. Bernardo Silva taking Camavinga to school, bro. It was not a nice watch.
I feel like one thing, I think Real Madrid fans, y'all owe every football fan in the world reparations.
What do you mean?
Because we all put our money on you. We all bet on y'all.
true.
We all
They're
said,
about to come
City
back.
can't do this.
But no, it happens, fellas. This stuff happens. Like we kept him array like last season, but this stuff happens. They went back home. They get a better game plan. They got a striker, the world's best striker right now. This stuff happens. You know what I mean?
You know, a critique I do have though for them, and I hope that they don't do this in the final. Man City they play the possession. We know that they're gonna do that, but they also do too much of the outlets as like Grealish, Silva, and they expect crosses in. And there's no goal that came from that. Goals came from the through balls, tiki-takas individual. So I feel like if they do a little bit less of the... Grealish doesn't always have to be the guy that initiates attack or cross in.
Okay.
Madrid locked that down. I feel like as far as like the crosses go, yes, Haaland got a header in, but the reason why he couldn't redirect is because people were there. But once we played midfield, find the through ball, find the space, that Silva goal, like those little passes, that Alvarez goal by Foden.
That was
that
elite
goal was something else.
Elite City.
Yeah, that was at the end of the game though. That's like we're buried. I want to talk about something real quick. We talked about a decision that would have been pivotal coming into the game. Militao and Rudiger.
Actually, as a defender, you want to explore that a bit for us?
I think, to some degree, the big mistake was starting Camavinga.
Okay, not Alaba.
Not Alaba left back. Because you could tell he was injured. At halftime, they took him off, didn't they? And they moved Camavinga, right? And they moved Alaba to left back.
He stayed
Who did he sub off then? Because they brought Rudiger on, and it was Rudiger and Militao in the second half.
I'm not sure. I know Modric left, but not like early into the game.
I didn't see Camavinga come out.
Camavinga stayed. When Modric was subbed out, he came into the middle.
Maybe
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Oh, maybe it was for Modric then.
Movement.
Yeah, maybe that was the case. But
and Modric, they did say after the game that he was playing on meds. He was not.
Oh, he was in pain too.
Yeah.
See, it's the little things like that, bro. And honestly, defensively, like you can't. I like Alaba. I like the idea of small defenders, but there's certain games where you need to just go. We need to be physical. We need to have our best defenders there present.
Yeah.
And Alaba left back, best defender there present. Rudiger and Militao together, center back, best defenders there present. Right back, y'all got to figure that part out with Cabal. But ultimately, I think Rudiger should start the game.
Especially
so Rudiger comes in at the 63rd minute for Modric.
That's what
Camavinga goes in the middle.
Yeah,
too late.
Injuries, man. You can't deal with them, but you can't. You also got to prepare for them.
Yeah, I was just hoping to be a little sharp though, still, because even on that second Bernardo Silva goal, he doesn't track back with them, and he just makes a simple run into the box and heads the ball. Like, come on,
easy
bro.
goal.
You know what I mean? But fellas, heads up to you.
Yeah.
Fair play to Pep. You guys done it.
Fair
play to Pep. Now, Man United have to stop this train.
Don't worry.
It's all up on you.
Some teams know how to handle City.
And they actually guys got a lot of teeth in the game.
Yeah. Because that treble, we're gonna let it. They already done the 3-peat this season. We can't let it happen. Treble.
In a game, in a final, one game, there's a lot that can happen. It's not gonna be 100% City. 0 probability for United. They're probably going to get chances. Some things are going to happen. But with the current condition that your squad is in, who you have now and who is out, Sabitzer, right? You can't count on the guy. And counting on Casemiro to save you as the goal scorer.
Center backs too.
Yeah, I cannot see United see that one through. I don't think you have answers for our attacking questions at all.
I don't think so.
I do not think, and I don't think you that lethal up front either.
See, now that's the only part where I agree. I think we have answers to your attacking. Defensively, we have answers.
Okay.
It will not be pretty.
If they stick 5 players into your defenders right
3,
away.
2, 4, 1.
We have answers. It will not be pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think defensively, once again, I suggested this with Real Madrid. I'm suggesting this with United. You play a 3-5-2 against City in that final. Then you've answered the defensive problems. And we don't, like you said, attacking-wise, we don't need our wingers. Sancho and Anthony, absolutely dog crap for us. Let's be honest. The past couple games, they haven't been effective.
Yeah, man.
So play with 2 strikers, Martial, Rashford up top. Play with Bruno behind them. Play with Casemiro and I would even say Fred for physicality.
Gotta put Fred
Casemiro and Fred. And then you got Luke Shaw, left wing back, Wan-Bissaka, right wing back, Maguire, left-sided, Lindelof right-sided.
You want Maguire in?
Well, you have to play 3
Oh, yeah,
center-backs.
you actually don't have... I was
You
about
don't
to
have
say, like, watch
any other
out.
centre-back.
I think you guys are able to hang out in a game in terms of, like... It could either be really high scoring or it could be low scoring.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that in terms of, like... I always fear teams against City, teams that score a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Your Arsenals, your Madrids. When you cannot score that many goals, I think it becomes hard to win. But then where is it?
Yeah,
Wembley? Okay.
actually.
Yeah. If you can't score goals against City, it becomes hard to win, especially if they use their chances.
Oh, yeah.
But they can hang out in a game though, so we'll see.
We'll push for it. We'll hang out. As long as we can, that's the thing with United. With this United team specifically, as long as we can hang out in the game and get that one chance.
Yes.
That's all.
But like if you let something in the first 20 minutes, it's a 5 to 7-0 game.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's remember the 6-3 game, first game of the season. I forget who I was on the phone with right before the game started. I was like, if they score first, and then Haaland had that nice little thing.
Yeah.
Varane goes off injured. You're like, okay, the game is done. There's no hope to this. So we
let's talk about Milan and Inter real quick. With this guy, who's this winger, Leao coming back. I thought maybe that could be a game. Yeah. But that game was boring.
That's the problem.
Watch,
that's the problem with the Italian football and stuff, and also AC. You can't trust on one guy to bring you back.
Yeah.
And he's coming off an injury too. You can tell he's not as confident making those runs. And they just had 2 players on him.
Yeah.
Was this guy the black guy? Dumfries, yeah.
Yes, I know, man.
And yeah, it was just physically there.
Inter scoring a goal that I think the keeper could have technically done better in.
Yeah.
It makes me feel comfortable knowing that they're not... They have poachers, they have individual guys that could change the game, but I don't think that they're as lethal as they can be. Yeah. I love that about Inter going into the Man City game, because it means that if we score...
I'd say they have definitely more hard workers than we do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's going to be a challenge. They could try to defend 70 minutes in.
It won't work against City that. It won't work against City that.
I will say, if Inter don't concede first, and before, let's say they make it 70th minute, 0-0,
yes,
they could win that game.
Yes,
because they can't finish out a game if they're leading, and they can't. I haven't seen them this season convincingly come back from a losing position.
Exactly, that's what I was looking at, how they've been doing so far.
Yeah,
they blow out big leads, and then also if they are down early, it's kind of a fight, a hard fight for them to get back. You know what I mean? A lot of individualism that happens up front, whether it's Lukaku, whether it's the Argentinian boy, or But for the most part, I think if City gets a hold of that game, same way as Madrid, just come at them, get a goal.
It's a final where you can just be on top of them, just like that.
I think they have the
ball to that team. Yeah,
I'm saying they might start off a little conservative. It's a final. They won't just throw everything out.
No, City's way, because I don't think they
with the Madrid, they just threw everything at us at the first time. They threw everything.
It was still smart.
You've got to remember, we're talking about Pep City, right? Pep's teams in the finals. Look at any finals. 2009 with Barca, 2011 with Barca. Those are the only 2 finals he's really had since, right? Anyways, those 2 finals, you look at them. United came into both games preparing for 2015
Bayern. Hasn't he won something with Bayern?
He didn't win Champions League with Bayern. But those finals, Bayern is Real Madrid's baby. With those finals, the big thing was the teams that were playing against them were shocked as to how intensely they started the game. So 2011, I remember, United could not get into the game until Rooney scored the equalizer. That tells you something. 2009, maybe we got into the game the first 5 minutes. After that, they completely took us out of the game. So I don't think a Pep's team in a final, Champions League final, is going to come cagey. They're going to come out to try and win it as soon as they start.
I mean, we'll have to see, fellas. I just think with the track record, even that loss against Chelsea, they will come confident, but they won't be overconfident going into it.
Loss against Chelsea, which one? The final?
Oh.
I understand, but I think they've been doing a lot of overcoming in the journey. I think that Madrid win was the best thing that can possibly, because emotionally, he even said it, Pep, that when we came in, we were feeling the hurt and we were worried that even if we're 2 up, it doesn't mean anything.
They can change it,
But how they played and the hunger and just the execution is too high level.
It's
too high level.
Pretty clinical.
So we'll see.
And I know we don't want to go back to City for too long, but that last goal is still like it's burnt into my brain.
Dude. Those through balls
feel like that was
Foden.
That little inside pass.
Oh,
the game is won at that point. For me, I was like, okay, yeah.
I get it, but like
really
finding those pockets was City.
Is something else.
That's when
even
they're
the
most
pressure
dangerous.
then there was not as much pressure. So I feel like even when you were out of the game at that point, it's a good goal. But if it was the first goal, I'd be like, okay.
It would be impressive.
Yeah.
But I mean
that was Silva's goal though.
Silva's
goal
goal
was through and he had time to control and shoot.
Yeah.
It was okay, Silva's goal. He slips it in the. It was not
because Courtois was expecting
pass,
the sub.
No. The pass, the Dethrone pass was what made that. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Freaking Cruz was slipping on there. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it was so easy.
It was a nice finish.
Madrid came into that game thinking they were Madrid. City came into that game thinking Madrid was Bournemouth.
The way they played. Madrid didn't even perform, bro. If we thought Madrid would have performed.
But I don't even think, like, there's few games where I can sit down and go, the other team couldn't have done anything. Watching that game back, I've watched that game twice since that has happened.
Yeah.
I don't think Madrid could have done just
exactly. That's what I'm saying. We didn't perform. We didn't think we were Madrid.
But I don't think the problem was Madrid internally. I think City just completely took you out of the game.
They did. They literally did. I cannot. Like, they didn't set a foot wrong.
They did.
Literally.
Yeah, everything was perfect.
Yeah, I gotta give it to them. Do you want to talk about Europa real quick?
Sevilla versus Rome. We'll do a little quick thing. Sevilla.
I know you want to talk. Give flowers to your
Let's
man.
give flowers to Mourinho. I mean. Granted, and I know most y'all included.
We like mainstream football.
You like exactly.
Not like this acquired taste corner. Nobody cares about.
But it ain't acquired taste. It's football, man. Like things we ignore with Mourinho's track record is building teams up literally from the ground. Porto, Chelsea, United.
This Roma team, I will not give him, especially after the last game. Man didn't have a single shot on target. Like, what do you do, bro? The other team had like 80% possession.
But it's coming. It's coming.
Nah, bro.
Right?
But although Mourinho, let's also when he was winning accolades at Chelsea, they kind of like were bad.
There was stuff about
the bus and score one goal.
I know.
He won a whole season without having nothing more than 30% possession.
But then people come up and be like, I was seeing stuff on Twitter, people like, oh yeah, Pep did this, but Mourinho can do this. Oh. This is not even the same conversation, bro.
What I would say is like Pep's. So I want to make this disclaimer. Me saying one person has this trait does not mean the other person doesn't. Okay. So because to reach the levels that both Pep and Mourinho have reached, they both have to have all those traits. But Mourinho's major trait is that he's a winner. Pep's major trait is that he's a mastermind.
Okay.
So whereas when we watch Pep play, it's the same thing Messi-Ronaldo argument. Ronaldo's major trait is that he's a hunter. Messi's major trait is he's a magician. Like, they're both hunters and magicians, but one is special in this level. Mourinho knows how to win a game. He doesn't need to be tactically perfect to win a game. Pep will make it pretty and beautiful to win the game. And so I think like a lot of times we dismiss Mourinho's building of his team. 80% possession. I saw the AZ people talking after that game. 1-0 and they couldn't do Jack's squad. They only got that one goal. Yeah, but who's in the final, bro?
Yeah, you're right.
At the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Yeah. But like, don't come and talk about this man's accolades as if they match. Like, I don't know, the way he's done it. That's the approach still counts. The approach to getting there still counts. If you're playing like stupid ass football, like you're not gonna get the credit.
I think it's tough. It's tough to make that argument stand if there's accolades involved. If Mourinho was just like some jobber that improves teams but doesn't win anything, but he has accolades.
The one thing I'm gonna give him is that Porto one. Even Madrid, each time Madrid, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But we got destroyed by Barca every now and then, and you won one league.
He still won that league. That's not something every coach that's been there says.
If you get like a job in a nice team,
Chelsea wasn't nice. Man United wasn't nice. It was not nice. He's an emergency coach.
He had players to put together in Chelsea. In Chelsea, he had players. He had Hazard.
Second time.
He had Hazard. He had those workers. Victor Moses and
but like what coach doesn't have anyone and win something? Like the guys, anyone has.
Then went to Tottenham, Jack.
But the difference is Pep will take the guys, the great guys, and then use them to win.
Beautiful, yeah.
Mourinho would take literally John nobody.
That's actually a conversation that also has to be had, because even the squad, if you look at the squad City has, it's not all world-class players. It's just a bunch of good players.
Name one player on that squad that's not arguably world-class or top-class.
Actually, no. I see what he's saying. It is not...
Akanji, when he came there, was the fourth centre-back in Dortmund.
The players that he has are not...
centre-back in Dortmund.
Yeah.
Akanji started almost every game before injury, before he came.
Got injured and then he was in the...
That doesn't make him fourth centre-back. It's like saying Laporte is not a world-class defender because he's been injured for so long. Like,
he's not, because not anymore.
Oof, I get both sides of the
what I'm saying is,
it is not like you're saying that it is not.
It's not like global stars.
There are good players that he has, but not everybody there is like a world class star.
This is even more credit to him, because I'm like, people are like, oh, he just took all the best players and put them together. Some of these players weren't the best players. When he got Cancelo, I mean, he worked him out to something. He was not the best right back in the world when he got him.
I'm just saying, someone said he was back then, but okay.
Let me even who's this? Stones
actually
was not he cooked him and worked him.
Okay, now pause.
Let me see who else is
the
in
two
there.
guys you called were
Bernardo Silva was pretty much on the brink of world.
The midfield of the
people that had potential to be those things. Stones, when he came out, Everton was the next future for England.
But he didn't live up to it right away.
He didn't live up to it right away.
Yeah.
Pep helped him get there.
Yes.
We can agree with that part. But he's taking all these people. Walker, most proven right back in Premier League. He took him. Cancelo, and he worked with him.
Yeah.
He got better. I don't disagree with that. That's where Pep is. Like I said, the fact that I'm saying Mourinho has this trait does not mean Pep doesn't. Pep has those traits. But Mourinho's main trait is that he will take someone like
literally more nobody.
Tammy Abraham and make them a striker. A fallen Dybala and make them useful. Matic, Mkhitaryan. Like, did you hear what he said recently? It's like, give me all these old men that they're all trying to kick out. Ronaldo's, the Messi's, Drogbas, and I'll win the Champions League with it.
Okay, when I'm bringing up that Man City doesn't have like all world-class players, that's not like the battle against Mourinho. But I'm just like saying that in a different account that this City players, you look at even... Maybe it's because of the players that exist right now, but I don't look at the squad and I'm like, oh,
this is special.
Yeah.
If we were to compose right now a world XI, like the best players in the world, I don't think it would be the City squad. I think we would take some players from City, but I don't think it would be. It's not that. I get what he's saying, but there are good players after all with good potential. So it is not jobbers either.
I can concede and agree with that.
That's
let's move on, fellas. The Premier League. We got champs in the house. Arsenal just had to give it to them today.
It's crazy. I actually was hoping that they actually win that game so that the winning happens in the game. Like I like the winning lift.
Yeah, when you feel like
coming in and whenever if you win, you draw, you lose, you're still lifting it. It's kind of disappointing. So I guess if you want to know this as a coach and you're listening, don't bring dogs in the freaking training ground and think that they're gonna make players. You're gonna lose to Nottingham Forest once. That's what's gonna happen.
So
soft.
I saw that.
The dogs.
That's
ridiculous.
I've never heard that in my entire
What is he gonna do next? Kiss them in the forehead before they go in the. Oh my god.
That remember when we watched the All or Nothing thing and we were like, yeah, Arteta seems like a great manager. Yeah, like, but I don't know if that Mandem's methods are methods that most guys would have.
I love the fact that sports is no longer as toxic as the coach is going to. But like it doesn't have to be as soft as bringing puppies to a freaking training to motivate players.
For me, that just proved like how much pressure it is for players. But at the same time, I'm like, I cannot forgive that.
Imagine you as a player like,
you need more. Nah, bro, that is
ridiculous,
wild.
Man.
Talk about toxic masculinity. What you want? That is soft as hell.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest, man.
The fact is, to win a league, you have to have warriors.
To a degree, yes.
And what warrior is going? Oh, the war is so hard. I need to pet a fucking puppy right now.
I swear that I think they have a therapy session, a massage session, maybe a couple of dogs. I think they send them to their families for spouses in 1 week. Just so that they can perform against Nottingham Forest.
I'm fine with therapy. Do therapy. Meditate. all this other thing, mental health is good, but like a freaking dog to the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, it is some form of therapy. People are going to argue, but I just don't think that it's what's needed or it's what's going to make a change and make you win a game. Kiss them in the forehead before they go in. Literally, instead of a guard of honor, stand right there, and then the first 11, give them a hug, kiss them in the forehead. Hug, kiss. Maybe they'll do better at this rate.
That's
just maybe.
What they call it.
Come
it's
on, man.
Swinging. It's the pendulum of doom, man. Like there needs to be some balance. You can't be like a Roy Keane level manager where you're just like killing your players. But come on.
The far
That
left.
is wild. I just couldn't stop laughing when I seen that. I was like, that is amazing.
Even the goal made it worse for me because the Awani goal was basically a mistake in itself.
Error.
And I'm looking at that. And I'm looking at that and I'm going, yeah, what would have happened if you told them to just fucking focus instead of giving them a dog?
I don't know, man. I think he's tried everything that he has, and he's just not in that squad to do it this season.
Yeah.
I think if you look at it in hindsight, whether it's depth, whatever excuse you want to come up with for them, they just were not the team to do it. They had a good run. They are a contending team. They are scary to play, but they're just not the guys to take the league.
They didn't have enough resources. I was watching a couple of FTV stuff, and they're complaining about they lost like Saliba, which was, I mean, that's where their season went.
I knew it was crashing.
That's where they went. Yeah, and if you're gonna challenge City, bro, you need to come correct.
FTV guys, it's gotta be sad to like drive 4, 6 hours, 8 hours to go and watch a game that you're going to lose. I always think about those Arsenal guys, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
It's a painful one, bro.
Jeez, man.
It's supporting it. Where the bicycle kick.
Casemiro.
Do you see I sent you a text about it?
Yeah, no, I ignored it.
was it the prim and prep bicycle that you want though?
The goal was literally right here.
Okay, nah.
His goal was right here.
I swear to God, y'all
And
become
you put it so hard too.
y'all become super fanboys when it happens for your team in the
I get it. There's a bias.
There's
always
a bias with it.
I remember Messi. Like
Like
laid on the ground. Oh my God! I didn't even
thing.
get like this much of height.
Every Barca fan after that, bro, give him credit. But even the big thing with me for Casemiro though, technically, that was beautiful. The adjustment. The fact that the defender gets a touch to it, it stays up in the air for a second, and rather than, oh, how am I going to deal with this, head this, maybe compete with the keeper, he just Brazilian mode, bro.
Ooh,
And
that's
then
true,
people
actually.
like, oh, for a CDM, if you're a CDM, you have to be so athletic. Like, yeah, I'm expecting you should be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, but he was still, he was still cool. He was still cool, but it was.
Thank you.
It was not the best thing.
Give
It
him
wasn't
credit.
Rooney.
It wasn't really by
Okay, now
of
that's
course.
expecting a lot. That's expecting a lot because even strikers, I don't think that all of them really get it right like that.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's just the context sometimes is more important than the
actual
overall
look.
beauty.
Yeah.
Which I think actually for Casemiro, unpopular opinion, the move to United was good for him to get credit as a player because in Madrid they thought he was
Everyone
another
else was doing
jobber
it.
in a good team.
Yeah.
But in United, he's proving to be the essential player he was, but he's getting the recognition he never got in Madrid.
I mean,
I
fair,
agree
but I
with that.
still think as Madrid fans, we knew his importance to us, and even. I think
He
maybe
just
he didn't get
never
enough
got
credit. He's getting
Press?
all
He's getting
the
the credit.
credit.
Press credit
Even like
is
a
there.
pundits were like, oh yeah, when he's coming here, you know, he was surrounded by Modric,
He's
good
a
players,
steady
and I'm like,
yeah.
no,
Okay,
bro,
maybe
like
guys,
that guy.
I don't want to even make.
Go check.
There
was the
I remember
pundit
Graham
really.
Souness coming out saying he's a steady Eddie. I don't know if Casemiro is going to solve the problems for them 70
United.
million to
Yes,
United.
Okay, but-
literally.
Oh yeah, but for us, for Madrid,
He
was-
understood, yeah. I mean, he started, so you gotta see something in the guy.
And I have to say, I think the good football fans of Madrid knew his quality, and I think most football fans knew Casemiro's quality. The only thing is, like you said, like the press part, the little accolades part, where can I be nominated for Player of the Season? Can I be nominated for something?
gonna be
Lot to
tough.
ask.
It's tough to. It's no.
I know
But
what
it's
you
tough
mean,
to have
yeah.
done that. It's tougher to have done that in Madrid because the
it's
guys
gonna
around
be
him are
tough.
special. But United, if United, let's say we win the FA Cup, and then somehow magically Newcastle lose their next 2 games, we finish 3rd.
He's getting credit.
People are giving him
Yeah.
a lot more credit than Real Madrid winning the Champions League final.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was thinking maybe you guys might make him your player of the season, but Rashford had that run,
I
so
think
it's gonna be tough.
David De Gea is already gonna win Player of the Season.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we even forgot to mention De Gea. No. Now pause.
Let's talk about that right now.
PSA,
Let's talk that
PSA,
right now.
because everybody has problems with David De Gea.
What they call
David De Gea is not in the goal. It's the same thing. We be saying this. This is how I had this earlier this season before Saliba's injury.
Yeah.
I had an argument with a friend of mine, and the argument was, he's a Barca fan. He said Araujo is the best young center back in the world. I said, no, it's Saliba. Because you take Araujo out of Barca, they can still figure out a way around it. Saliba, you take him out of Arsenal, they're done. Mm-hmm. Saliba gets injured, Arsenal choke. They can't finish out games. It's the same thing. There's certain players that you don't realize how much influence, but intangibly and tangibly with their efforts that they're making for the team. Yes, De Gea is not the best player with his feet. Yes, De Gea makes mistakes. But the amount of saves, the amount of clawed back games we've survived because of De Gea. Crystal Palace, when we were in the so-called title race, when we drew to Crystal Palace, that game, the only reason why Palace had to score that banger of a free kick at the last minute was because De Gea had clawed us into that game the whole game long. De Gea has been our hero this season.
I just think if he wasn't for Martinez in the, you guys would have literally without him. And even when I seen he was getting this golden glove, I was like, out of nowhere, I didn't even know he was.
He's been leading the race the whole season.
But I think if Martinez was in there, if you, like Ten Hag didn't like bolster your defense, then we're not even talking about this.
But here's the part: it's the same thing with the Casemiro, almost flipped, right? With outfield players in certain positions, like if you're a 6, if you're a center back, no one really gives you credit when you're on a good team because it just seems like you're just working for them. You put them in a same thing with Van Dijk when he went to Liverpool, and everyone's like, "Holy crap, this guy from Southampton has been this good for this long." Interesting, right? Keepers are the inverse. You put them in a bad team, you figure out how good a keeper really is as a goalkeeper. De Gea has shown us with Maguire as the centre backs, with Phil Jones and Smalling as the centre backs, with Eric Bailly and Marcos Rojo as the centre backs.
I'll give him that time, but this season I can't really give him all his flowers because if Martinez isn't on the team,
Martinez has been injured for over a month and a half, and he's gotten 3 or 4 clean sheets in that period of time. He's going 3 or 4 clean sheets in that period of time. That's a month.
How many games have you guys played?
That's 4 weeks. We're playing a game every 3 days. That's twice the amount of games.
Europa League, you guys got knocked out of Europa League. He didn't help you guys with that. You're counting all these little clean sheets against Bournemouth.
Can we call it? It is a glove. Yeah.
There's
can we call it like an iffy, dirty little
no,
real quick?
Nah,
because there's a lot of errors in the guy off recently, which it's not enough to discredit him. I think Man United, like with the signings like Martinez, and I think they've had like good moments with their defenders like really locked down. Wan-Bissaka, right? Let's talk about it, right?
No. Defenders have done well,
But I mean, I know I respect him because I know what he's done for United in the past. But in this season particularly,
it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, the stats are there, so you can't fight the stats. But I wouldn't even give it.
You don't just look at stats.
But I'm not going off of just stats.
Do you think Ellison is better than De Gea right now?
As a goalkeeper?
Yes.
Goalkeeper, we're not talking sweeper keeper. You saying Alisson from Liverpool?
Wholeness, yeah.
The whole thing, I would put Alisson in front of De Gea.
Okay.
Don't worry. Right. I'm not saying De Gea is the best keeper in the league.
Okay.
Let's not get that twisted.
Yeah, I just needed,
Right? We're not saying De Gea is the best keeper in the league, but we're saying De Gea, like, people need to stop with this BS of like sparking his name like he's Maguire.
Nah.
The problem is here,
we don't even have to spend much time.
We don't have to. But when Alisson, Ederson, all these keepers make stupid mistakes, no one talks about it.
That's not true. They get called out.
Are you kidding me? How many mistakes at the beginning of the season did Alisson make?
No, bro. You'll be out on social media.
How many mistakes
that
Alisson made at the beginning of the season that they blamed Gomez for? Oh, the pass was too weak back to the keeper. Oh,
he didn't
the keeper
wasn't in the Champions League. Sure, but Gomez had even a worse game in that.
The fact that someone is always praised or blamed for Alisson's mistakes, but it's never been De Gea's reputation.
That's not true.
No,
are you saying it's De Gea's reputation?
But that's the problem. We take this BS of he's a United player. United gets all this criticism in the media, so now it's this player's reputation to make mistakes. De Gea has saved us more times than we can count.
He's also made this ton of mistakes, like errors, unforgivable errors. He's made a ton
one mistake you're talking about is the Sevilla one that you're still thinking about.
No, bro.
The West Ham one.
Even the previous years. Like, he's made so many mistakes.
West Ham, Sevilla. Name another big mistake where you can thing. Brentford at the start of the season. Name another big one.
You guys are getting 6 in you, 7 in you. Bro,
we got 1-7 chance.
It's crazy though. 7
is still crazy. Well, what can you do in that
He does have that reputation, even if it's like a meme type of thing. He does have a reputation of making mistakes, and he lives up to it. So I don't know.
He does fine. Nah, get out of here. Wow. In that case, Courtois is a useless keeper. Yeah, I'm just salty with the segment. Okay.
Liverpool, Aston Villa.
The only reason why we're talking about this game is because of that top four battle. Because it's not that important. We don't care.
We don't talk much about it, but I just want to give flowers to Firmino, fellas.
Like what he's done in. He took a very painful back seat, though. You know, I feel like they should have given him more respect than he did. Like when he sat down, he really sat down on the bench, bro. From a hot season too, which was interesting.
Always came with modesty in his game. He was always the link between those two big heads, Mane and Salah.
That provide numbers for the team. These big heads that provide numbers.
But no, he had to be a link for them. I mean, he was not the most clinical finisher, but he was not like a true number 9 for them, and he did his work with them. If you look at Liverpool fans, they were really distraught about this because they know how much impact he had on their when they were really doing work.
When they were sparking.
When they were sparking.
He's not Mane, but he's something.
I know people won't I will fight for Firmino till the end because his impact in the team
is big, and those kind of players, sure, the records won't show it, the accolades, personal achievements won't show it, but you need them in your team.
Yeah,
you need them. You don't win jack squat without them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of comebacks. Even this Arsenal game, recently.
Yeah, he came in and done his thing. Even Villa coming in, I literally had turned off the game. I was like, this game is done. 1-0. Villa is holding them down in Anfield. Check my phone for Firmino. Yeah, and you can tell. And just to second that point, it's a painful back seat, but that's who Firmino is. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that's these guys can do the things I need to do. I'll help them how I can.
But I also want to. His his technical ability is second to none. It's it's right up there, and I'd even say it's probably better technical ability than Salah. But Salah is a better finisher.
Agreed.
Maybe I know that they've flourished as Liverpool, the three of them, but maybe Firmino is built for a different team than Klopp plays Liverpool. I know he was key. He is the glue. But I think the reason why he also took a back seat is because of the way that just Klopp wants to play and that how he uses that 9. You know what I mean? Maybe if he was in a more possessional, calm down team, I can see him prosper in City. We don't need him. We never will need him. But just more calmer, let him do his thing, cook behind
the ball.
And that thing that didn't help him was not too very clinical. But he was still
doing this stuff. Yeah. Firmino reminds me of a Berbatov type player.
Yes.
Where
Berbatov might have been more cunning, but
he had a
goal.
Berbatov had a
touch,
taste for goal.
Yeah.
But you see that too, though. You need Berbatov would have flourished a lot more not being a United that was so high paced.
Yes.
Okay.
But you put him in a team like this current City team where he's just moving the ball, his technical ability shines.
It's
beautiful.
Relax, play the ball.
But Firmino is too old for him to be making moves to
now
big team,
go to Saudi, make your money or something.
Facts. Come to America, go watch him play, bro.
You see the problem with America, I think. Sure, they can. It's a retirement home. Let's make that clear. They're coming to retire. But the money aspect, I think. Saudi, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Saudi does money aspect. The bag is better.
I get the media coverage and everything and your popularity, but I think Saudi, that 300 million settlement.
Yeah, no, let's wrap it up.
I was off topic.
Do you know what other team needs a dog in their field? Tottenham Spurs. Tottenham. Last game of the season at your home ground.
Hey, they were outclassed.
Without who's this guy? Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, for the most part, it was a good game. I think Tottenham, there was a lot of clearances and saves that were made that stops them. They were not useless, but then the other team was just more clinical.
Can you talk about? I saw you were very impressed by Harry Kane's goal.
Oh yeah! Listen. I watched Trent. When they do that little set piece thing, layoff for him to score, I'm like, this is Trent. This is what makes Trent special. We miss those long range beauties in the EPL Premier League. Fine. I see Tottenham. They have the same free kick, layoff, and Kane does that.
Light work.
Literally pulls it out of his ass like
Yeah.
nothing. So I feel like now it might have. It's obviously a terrible mindset, but for me, it kind of took away the credit that I had for Trent and be like, you know what? These guys are professional. They can do this.
Yeah.
Because that was a great free kick.
That was
The
amazing.
placement.
Yeah.
The power. Just out of nowhere, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't know
mean,
Kane was like that. I know it's Kane, but
Kane's nice, isn't he?
Lord,
Yeah,
that was a goal, man.
Smashing the
Nice.
ball is there's very few better than him in the world right now.
Ay, ay, ay.
Eish.
That's enough flowers for Kane. Let's move on real quick to the Bundesliga.
Yeah, you talk about the choke artist, man. I have no
The
time
choke
for
artist, bro. Where's your
I have no
fame?
time for Dortmund. They're gonna lose the next game. I want them to
They
lose the
have
next
one
game.
They need
game
one
to
game to
Yes,
do it.
I want
One
them to
game.
lose it.
Bro,
I want them to lose it.
I
Just to
really
make
need
things
do it,
interesting.
because if they don't do it, I think Bayern wins 10 in a row.
10 in a
Yes, sir.
Come on.
It's boring, but like the choking is fun as well, though. You know.
It's,
And you said they don't have an easy game, correct?
Yeah,
They do.
Elaborate, yeah.
It's gonna be we'll see. I think they can do it though.
You think?
It's just
I think
one
they can
game.
do it. It's
bro.
one game. They just
go
have to
in
pull
there.
They
up.
had this one game before.
They've had this one game many
But-
times.
Yes.
And I feel like this one is not even one they worked for, really. I
Yeah.
feel like they just found themselves in this position.
Yeah.
Then seize it.
If not for
Oh.
Leipzig, this would have been done by now.
Literally.
They just need to, honestly, you need to go into that game. They can concede as many goals. Just make sure you're
Wait,
putting goals
bro.
in.
He's
That's
right,
it.
though. I think they could use those Arteta puppies.
They are.
Like those boys, like yeah, bringing all the German dogs you got.
I'm
We
sorry,
gotta,
man. I cannot like
Take it
sponsor that kind of football, man. Bring a
soft.
puppy to the training ground. Nah, get
Nah,
out
but
of
we'll
here.
see what they can do. I'm hoping they can really see it out. Let's move off field. Real quick, how much time do you have? Let's start with Madrid real quick.
Yeah.
What signings do you think could help like improve the team next season?
Obviously, Bellingham is coming in. That midfield needs reinforcement.
Yeah.
You need a left back
We do.
badly. You need a right back.
Cancelo is up for grabs.
Cancelo,
As long as you
yeah.
give him game time, because he complains. Of which city it
Facts.
doesn't work, because we don't need you, bro.
In fact.
That's just the truth. Just to throw that out there, we don't need you, Cancelo. We're fine over here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna win more without you.
I don't think it
Sorry.
was a problem in City. It's just
No, it wasn't
like
a problem.
behavioral.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ruckus
it's just
in the
those,
locker
yeah.
room is not needed, because at the end of the day, you gotta know where to do that as a player.
Yeah.
You gotta be important. The manager has to value you,
True.
which he is a good player. But listen, we have other good players.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the truth.
I also think we need a center forward.
Oh yeah. That
Like
would be
a
good.
striker. I've been seeing, I was looking at stuff on Twitter.
Benz, you wanna?
Benz, bro, he
Aw.
didn't do jack in this
I
game, and then he
understand.
left like so early. He was like kind of rushing out the field. I feel like he was really upset, and I've seen that before. I've seen that with Bale, Ronaldo, when players
When they're about to leave,
when they're about to
yeah.
dip. So we need a forward, but I feel like we're not trying to spend as much in there from what I'm seeing, but we need to get a top class. For me,
Yeah.
if we could get like Ramos from Benfica, I'll be pretty
that'll be
content.
big. That'll be a big signing. He'll be mad expensive though. 103
Go
million
get that
maybe.
Adams, Timmy Adams.
Adams.
Yeah, he didn't Mourinho build him and make him. Yeah,
Which one?
the one, Mourinho guy, isn't it? Tammy?
Oh, you
What's
mean
your name?
Abraham. Sorry, not Adams.
bro.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham.
I was like the American boy.
no.
I mean, yeah, not even. He's
Screw him.
Yeah, that's not Real Madrid quality. I'm
Campaign for
sorry.
Alvarez, bro.
us.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
The
He
thing
likes it
though
here, but
is y'all got a release clause in Haaland's contract. And if Real Madrid wait till next summer to sign a striker, they can get Haaland for under 100 million.
you know
Be
what?
realistic.
I'm okay with Haaland
possible,
leaving
I mean, you know.
after he achieves a couple of things in City.
I think he just wants to win UCL.
For me, I'm okay. I don't have attachment issues with Haaland.
Players, yeah.
So you guys can get him.
All right.
Why you say okay like you need his permission to
No,
go?
I just don't think it's realistic, so I won't even entertain the Haaland
Got you,
conversation.
yeah.
Let's talk a little quick. I feel like the treble is on for City, and then I know you guys don't want this to happen,
We do not.
but
And we trusted you. We trusted
don't
you,
blame this on
man.
us.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't let the league go.
My dream is Man United shows up, City shows up, Fergie comes. He's on that pitch
He will
after
definitely
City
play.
wins the UCL. Is it how it's gonna work? Which one is the last final?
I think that
FA
first or UCL
FA is first, I think.
Ah,
'Cause UCL is
it's
June
fine.
3rd, June 10th, right?
It's fine, but I would have wanted the FA to be the last.
and for you,
Fergie to be there and to watch him, the taunt, Haaland to like do that pointing celebration at the
It's
land.
so
what
tough.
will Fergie run to after this treble? I feel like he will.
He's
have
running
nowhere
out
to
of
hide.
He's running out of. I mean, he's always gonna have advocates.
Okay, thank you. I was about to say y'all on some crack, bro.
Statistically, he's running out of things to say over Pep.
It's
though.
gonna be tough.
Yes.
I mean,
and Pep has still got time.
to some degree, I will agree that this Pep has time. Pep will in time outpass Fergie, and we won't have a conversation. But we still got to give credit to the pioneers.
No, we always will.
The first guy to do it. You know, you give him credit where it stands. I think now, like the start of the season, I would have said I don't think City is going to win it realistically. But three-peat, they've already done three-peat.
The record
it's Inter Milan, and I'm a United fan, and I love United, but it's Inter Milan and United left to beat, bro. Like
it's a moving train that like you guys have nothing. You can't do anything. Yeah, and it's gonna be in missing chances. Like if they miss,
yeah.
or United defends really well, contains, and then get that one goal. But honestly, if we're being realistic statistically,
and I feel
looking at the records,
City doesn't even. It's you know when we watch derby games, like oh my gosh, this team is gonna come and perform. I feel like City doesn't even respect you like that. Like
no.
The derby has a name, but let's be honest. I don't think we'll see you.
Like recently,
Pause.
Okay.
I think it's just another Tuesday.
Y'all speaking out of your ass at this point. Nah.
I think the derby.
I feel like he's not weighing that heavy on City that it's you guys.
No, to some degree, yes. Yeah, City are at this point where we've become the noisy neighbors in a sense. It doesn't mean that game leaves.
The stage here is always
the stage is always there. They're not showing up to that game going, yeah, we're just playing Bournemouth. It's not the office.
Boys.
Nah, what's the name for White Hat Lane? 3-point lane or something like that.
I think so.
But like I think to some degree, yes, City will come in confidently. But my hope is like, remember Mourinho's the season y'all won the 100 points, and you guys could have won it at Etihad against us, and you were up 2-0, and then Boba went crazy and won us the game. I'm hoping that will happen again.
Do you have a Pogba? And not like really Pogba, but an individual
a player that can change
that
the game.
Turn on.
I think if the next two games, the last 2 games of the season, Chelsea and then Fulham, go well, and Bruno performs.
I hope Chelsea actually turns up.
I'm hoping
for some
not.
weird reason. I hope that they do. But Fulham, there's no way.
Because we need the confidence.
I know.
Our team needs the confidence. We go in, Bruno is feeling confident. Bruno can do that Boba performance type thing. You know, Rashford is feeling healthy and is back playing and feeling good. He can do that too.
He needs some goals sooner or later.
Yeah.
Mentally, I don't think he's as tough as we make it seem.
Oh no, yeah, he's not. He's a confidence player, and this season we saw it. Confidence periods all the way to this like March injury, and now in and out with injuries, can't really play back to the level. It's what it is, man.
All right, fellas, let's go take a quick look to the PFA player nominations. Player of the year. We have Haaland, we have KDB, Odegaard, Trippier, Rashford, and Saka.
Okay, we can do it by process of elimination. We
Saka's
can take
out
Saka out.
Thank you. Saka's out of there, quick.
Chill out, fellas.
Yeah, let's.
They didn't bring the dog early enough.
Nah.
So like, that's why he had this bad run.
That's true. Imagine if they had dogs like from day one.
What have you done,
That would have been something.
See, this is the problem with this kind of coaching, man.
That would have been something. I would have feared them more actually.
If they had the dog,
From day one, they bring the dogs. Oof.
You know, maybe they need some more dogs on their coaching staff too. You know, on the sidelines, it helps.
On
you know?
like Ateta should be. Like,
no, you need it. When you come for a water break, you give it a little scratch. Hey, it works out, bro. Like
stop in, they're passing the dog to the one
this
coming out.
thing, bro, it's perfect.
Yeah. Okay, continuing
Saka,
elimination.
take him
Rashford out there.
No.
Player of the season or the month?
Player of the season.
Okay.
Chill. I know you want to throw shade. Chill. Let's take Saka and Trippier out, I say.
For sure.
Saka and Trippier can go. KDB, if you take Rashford out, you have to take KDB out. Because KDB has not been consistent this season.
He has the most assists. So.
But when he had to kick on,
isn't he the most assists
between him and Haaland?
But KDB is always going to have those.
Okay. Sacrifice KDB for Rashford.
KDB and Rashi can go.
So
I think it's Erling or Odegaard.
Or Erling. But then all this record crashing and
Tough.
I think
but
Erling
really played a good
No,
shot.
he was really good. He was good. It was good.
Unpopular. I think eye test wise, Odegaard is my player of the season.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
obviously records and stats and trophies you give Haaland, but
But what about the calculation at the end of the season, like falling apart?
one player can't
Mistakes.
change that, you know.
But even he did have his.
He
own,
had his own errors
yeah.
too, but that's where you see Odegaard's
He's
a
also his
23
own
year old.
mindset.
Yeah.
He did save him in a couple of games, like with this.
That shot that you were talking about, like, bro, he's been that player that, like, City, you take Haaland out of City and put Alvarez in, City will still win the league.
Yeah.
But City is City. City is City. City is City.
City, yeah.
I feel like even if you had Odegaard in City, he would not be as key if you have Gundogan.
No,
And, yeah.
agreed. But
So it's hard to scale that, but you have a point.
the
though.
thing, with that is like, there's been teams. The reason why we could not refute Messi's greatness in that great Barcelona team is you take Messi out, that great Barcelona team looks a little less great.
Got
You take Haaland out of City, the great City team doesn't look any less great. Odegaard, you take him out of Arsenal, crumbled.
Yeah, they're
Useless.
down for in the middle. All right, let's go to the coaches, fellas. We have Arteta,
Oish.
Pep, Eddie
Okay,
Howe.
the first person I'm gonna eliminate.
Hold on.
These men said, don't even read it. Arteta, out. I don't need you here. The hatred,
Yeah, name list him.
Unai Emery, De Zerbi, Marco Silva.
You done?
Okay.
The first player.
Think about the way what he's done even recently.
Fine. If I'm being realistic and I'm taking my emotions and feelings and personal opinions out of the way, we can keep Arteta there.
Okay.
I'm going to take Pep out, not because he's achieved great things, but I think he doesn't need it. at
But
this
he
point.
doesn't want a
doesn't want
player of the month. Sorry, coach of the month.
He
at
doesn't
all. So
need
he
it.
needs. If you're not going to give him during the season,
I
give him
know
something at the end of the season.
he doesn't
hate
need
that.
it, bro. Like I just feel like it's automatic. Like he doesn't need it. Like I think we should look at most improved or somebody that's made impact out
it's
of
like,
nothing.
yeah, we know this.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's not. He doesn't need it.
Okay.
We don't need to have him there.
For me, I think Michael Silva for me is out. Fulham have done good work. I think they're on the top half of the table.
Top half, yeah.
And they still have
maybe.
good work, but still, I mean, you're not in like Europe, like
You haven't done
position.
anything
level,
spectacular. Yeah. I think Emery goes out for me.
I was about to say too.
Because it's half a season. He's done great work, don't get me wrong. Villa is a classer team because of him. But it's half a season, man. You can't
He
give
was doing
a...
the brink of relegation when he came through.
Yeah, but you're
You're
looking
right,
at the whole season.
Now they're
Right,
in
though.
Europe positions.
Yeah, but you're still
Yeah,
looking at
I
the
give
whole
you the
It's
whole
the same-
season thing. I give you the whole season.
It's the
yeah.
same reason why we eliminated Rashford, I think.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
distance, because he only did it.
Yeah.
in
A
a period of
portion.
the
Okay,
season.
fair. So now we're left with
De Zerbi
Arteta, De
De Zerbi and
Zerbi,
Howe.
Eddie Howe.
Ooh.
I don't want it to go to Arteta either, though.
I think Howe
We can't
is-
credit him for bottling.
Okay, De Zerbi's half season too.
The Zerbi's half season.
But he's
too,
done
so
bits.
He's done bits. He's done a lot of bits.
Yeah.
And-
Okay, so it's
I think it's Howe and Arteta, if we're being honest with ourselves.
I think it's gonna go to Arteta, knowing how things transpired. I know we bottled,
yeah.
but the
I
hope
wish
he
you'd seen
gave
it.
Arsenal.
Even like competed till the final
I
day.
know, yeah.
Bro.
Well, I mean, Eddie Howe though. Like think about Newcastle comes in when he came to Newcastle relegation spot.
No. Actually, you're
Champions
right. He's
League
still
now.
a contender.
Yeah.
He got Champions League
And they
there.
don't have like very amazing
They don't
names.
have specials. Yeah, exactly. And the guys that are their big names are still very green. I mean, Isak did his stuff
Yeah.
in La Liga.
No, they're
Ain't done
green.
it in the Premier League.
You're
yet.
right,
Still
they're
green,
green.
you know.
And rejuvenated this Joelinton guy who
Joelinton
I
was-
never thought anything
Could be-
about.
yeah.
No, sir.
Sean Longstaff is a Miguel Almiron at the start of the season was
Almiron.
balling
Yeah,
out,
man.
you know. Even
Yeah.
what's that kid? Jamal Murphy that scores at Tottenham and is looking in the crowd like, what the heck just
Yeah.
happened? I scored a banger.
Yeah, what a joke that was. You're professional, bro. Come in, do something, own it. Yeah.
At least
It's
act like you did. You did it.
You know, they took me from Sunday League and I'm here. Chill out.
Bro.
Alright, so Eddie Howe and
Arteta.
Haaland. No, for the.
Oh, you're
For
saying
the-
how was
the
going to win
winners,
it
yeah.
over
I
Arteta?
I think Eddie Howe and
No, I think that's what we're deciding.
Oh,
over
okay.
here.
Eddie Howe and
Got you.
Haaland. I will say though, someone was snubbed. That was a bald dude who's done a lot better. He's won a trophy this season.
Who does he
took
take out?
Took the worst. Anyone that's not Howe, Pep, and Arteta. My opinion.
I feel like it's a low snap, but you guys had a couple of heavy defeats. Like not even
Leading
the
up to-
Liverpool one.
yeah, no.
Way early
The
on.
Brentford,
you
the
know?
City. I agree. Those defeats make this thing. But I mean, this guy has gone. taking the
Carabao.
West United team,
You
Carabao
mentioned
Cup.
the Carabao.
No, but seriously, Carabao Cup.
Mickey Mouse Cup.
We beat the likes
I've
of
never heard
Barcelona.
of that one. It's
I mean,
the
but
Mickey
look at
Mouse
it though.
Clubhouse.
Get out of
Come inside,
No,
United.
y'all can't listen to
I didn't know
I'm gonna
that term.
appeal.
That's fair.
No, but I mean, there's some stuff.
He's made a change.
He's made a
That's
big
not a good
change,
word,
and
yeah.
with all the hardships that have come with managing United this season, Ronaldo, Greenwood, Glazers,
Oh, Lord.
sales,
Injuries
done him so bad.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like this was just a ploy against United, and even off topic. I will shut up after this. I promise. I think there's a conspiracy to keep United out of top 4. 10 minutes, that Liverpool game, additional time at the end of that game to make sure they could try and win it and enter top 4. Nah, bro,
Why?
that's BS. No.
I really hope, like in these last 2 games, like Chelsea turn
Into
freak out somehow, and then like Fulham.
Actually, Fulham might be a tricky
Fulham will give us a game, I think.
I just hope no draw,
Chelsea, I'm not
because
worried
like a
about.
draw is enough.
A draw is enough for us,
But
yeah.
I would like to see the cookie crumble, and then you come to the FA with nothing. Beautiful.
I think I prefer Liverpool missing out than United. I feel like, I don't know.
Competition wise,
Yeah, I just have a bit of
Real Madrid
evilness
thing,
towards
yeah.
Klopp a little bit.
Oh.
No, I feel like I used
He's
to like
heard him a
Klopp
couple
until
of
it was
times.
a big
Crybaby.
excuse maker.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shut up, you lost. You know what I mean? But yeah, fellas, any other last remarks before we close it here?
We're going to beat you in FA
I
Cup.
knew I was going to do something
And
stupid
we're
like
going to
this.
win the UCL. There's nothing that you can do to stop Man City this year. It's their year. Deal
Alright.
with it.
Yeah, it's looking like that, yo. I
Deal with
can't
it.
even say Jack right now. So.
History's been writing.
I'll get him a dog. He's a real Madrid fan. I'm gonna get him a
No,
dog.
we don't do that.
Maybe that's what y'all need for your signing.
Hey,
You're signing up top, man.
We don't need that. We're good. We're big boys.
We are.
Anyway, that was the real bench almost this week. That's a Monday kickoff. Be in tune. We out here. We got stuff on TikTok,
Oui.
Instagram,
I did.
YouTube.
You too.
Yes, sir. We out here. Real bench almost. We out.